In the nearly 14 years since the character's last appearance on the big screen, and nearly 16 years since the character's debut, Emma Frost has always been one of those characters who is relegated to the background, and yet possesses one of the strongest Omega-class mutant abilities since her debut in Uncanny X-Men number 129 in 1980. Given that, she has amassed her own following through the comics, TV shows, and even the movies over time, but she never truly got the appreciation she deserves until sooner rather than later, since it was leaked that Emma Frost will be making her debut in the near future for Marvel Rivals. Welcome everyone to another episode of New Meta, where we discuss the potential movesets for highly anticipated leaked heroes in the future for Marvel Rivals. If you guys enjoy this series, please make sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe with the notification bell icon turned on to stay up to date with the latest news on games like Marvel Rivals. Now without further ado, for today's episode, we'll be discussing Emma Frost, the Psionic Mutant. Quick disclaimer that the following discussion is expressly all my opinion, and by no means am I stating that this is the only way to work the character. Also, the leaked aspect of this video is not clickbait, but rather based on existing Marvel Rivals leaks for upcoming heroes as reported by multiple sources and news outlets such as Sports Illustrated. This video was never claimed to be a gameplay leak video and is merely discussing the concept of the hero. Thank you and enjoy. With the quickly expanding roster within Marvel Rivals, and a variety of playstyles involved with the heroes and villains with each subclass, it makes you wonder which class will best fit a character such as Emma Frost. And before we discuss that, first we need to discuss the background of her character. Born to a wealthy family in Boston, Massachusetts, young Emma Frost always found herself on the receiving end of the expectations with a highly demanding father, and her being the third of 4 children, only finding trust in a handful of people, including her teacher, Ian Kendall. When Emma's telekinetic powers first began to manifest, she would use it to her advantage and quickly advance in school. Something that I'm sure we all wish we could do at some point. One afternoon, on her way home from school, after having her car break down, Emma's teacher Ian had offered to give her a ride home. Quickly reading and discovering that the teacher had feelings for her, she kisses the teacher, which quickly angers her father after Emma was recorded kissing the teacher by her own sister. In a fit of rage, the father uses this evidence to get the teacher fired. Angered with her father, after a brief stint of blackmail and murders, Emma decides to make her own way in life. Frost made her way into the Empire State University, where she used her powers to further her education and uncover other mutants, eventually finding herself on the receiving end of an invitation to the Hellfire Club, where she attended and met Sebastian Shaw to take control and vow to serve for the benefits of mutant kind. While she did eventually come to join the X-Men, her allegiance to herself and her own benefit at the cost of the lives of others is what denotes her mainly as a villain. With that being said, being on the run allowed her to uncover more than just her telepathic abilities, rather also uncovering her ability to transform her body into a hardened diamond form. With the leaks reported by Sports Illustrated, it was revealed that Emma Frost was in line to being classed as a Vanguard tank character within Marvel Rivals, which is why Emma's moveset has to accommodate for this. I will be treating her to work similarly to characters such as Hulk, in the sense that there will be a difference from her standard moveset to her diamond form moveset. As her primary attack, Emma will be able to use a telekinetic burst with a reload required after a certain amount of blasts have been depleted. Her melee attack would be one where her arms are briefly covered in diamond as she inflicts effective damage. In the heat of battle, in order to help her allies, Emma will have the ability to give all nearby allies a diamond shield, similar to how Hulk is able to spread a gamma shield to nearby allies. And if the enemy team overwhelms, a quick telekinetic stun would serve as her next ability to temporarily stun the enemy in place for a few seconds. Similar to how Mantis is able to stun an enemy in place, allowing Emma to retreat or to transform. With her health being standard, similar to that to the Hulk in human form, her ability would allow for her to transform into her diamond form, where her health greatly increases and she now becomes a melee-focused Vanguard, losing her telekinetic abilities in service of increased melee damage and slightly increased moving speed, allowing herself to get around quicker in her diamond form. And similar to the Hulk, if Emma takes too much damage in her diamond form, she is forced to transform back into her standard human form, where her health pool is drastically decreased, but she regains the function of her telekinetic abilities. For her ultimate, this could be the opportunity for Marvel Rivals to lean into the dual-class hero system that they have introduced with characters such as Wolverine and also Mr. Fantastic, and have Emma be one of the first villains to be able to have not one but two different ultimates depending on which form she is in. When in human form, her ultimate ability, Telepathic Psychosis, allows for her to shoot a blast of wave of telekinesis, forcing all enemies within her radius to see multiple Emma Frost on their screen running around, with the real one being distinguished with having a increased damage boost to her telekinetic blast. However, in her diamond form, using her ultimate ability will turn Emma's diamond form into a monstrous-sized diamond monster, where she is now able to absorb all attacks and use that to increase the damage of her melee attacks, in turn forcing the enemy to not attack Frost during the short-lived ultimate ability. Now, when discussing how Emma Frost would be introduced into the narrative, I feel it would be best to do so either when they decide to introduce the members of the Hellfire Club, or even more fitting would be to introduce her during a Dark Phoenix event alongside Jean Grey and Cyclops, since there was a love triangle between Emma and Cyclops while he was with Jean Grey in the comics, causing her to give in to the Phoenix Force. These, however, are just my suggestions though, but what do you guys think? Should Emma Frost be added as a Vanguard character, or should she join the ranks as another role? What changes would you make, and which plausible hero or villain would you like to see added next? Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like the video if you guys enjoyed, dislike if you didn't, and let me know why as I read all the feedback, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.